What's up everyone, I'm Bill, I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Buttonwillow Raceway with Cali Track Days. So we are here for our final Buttonwillow day of the season, and unfortunately Sriracha bike is down today. No Sriracha bike, but we've got the R NineT Racer, which I'm heading out right now on. We've got the BMW, we've got the MT-09, so stay tuned. We're gonna have some great videos today. So let's get out on the R NineT. We're gonna go out in the C group and we're going to do some coaching hopefully. So let's see what we can find out there. All right guys, so we are going to be out on the R NineT Racer. You know, I got this thing warmed up. Not that it needs to be warmed up because, oh, this thing is so heavy. The thing just runs so hot, but let's take a look at this thing out in the sun with all of the carbon fiber bits by Eddie with Shred Dog. So if you guys have missed that, you guys can see we've got this all carbon fiber dipped. Out on the other side, the key holder. On the other side, we've got the starter down there and just all the little bits. So super nice. Got the header, still waiting on the exhaust. It's coming guys, it's coming. So let's get out in the C group, see if we can't reel in a body for instruction. If not, we'll do a little bit of patrolling, just make sure everyone is up to snuff. All right, so let's see. So I haven't ridden, so we didn't ride the last 3 weeks, so we haven't been on the street at all. It's been kind of a busy few weeks. So we the bikes, I didn't even need to prep them for the track. And get some acceleration. Ooh, this exhaust sounds good right now. Get a little acceleration and brake. Get a little warm in the tires. So beautiful day. I mean, so we're here in October, and what just an absolutely gorgeous day. A little brisk this morning here at Buttonwillow. For you guys geographically that don't know where Buttonwillow is, we're about, so let me come around this corner and point you in the right direction. See those hills right in front of us? Those hills right in front of us, that leads you to LA. Let's get in front of them. So that leads you to LA. So we'll be in LA this week doing some work with the finishing lab. So this is our final day here at Buttonwillow. A little bit sad, but had a good year here. Ooh, dog leg. I love this bike. What is it about this bike that I love so much? Outside that it's just totally rad. So we're in the we're on the race 25 configuration. So for you guys that don't know Buttonwillow, and they have something like 30 different configurations they can run this track. So we're on race 25 with what they call the A section. So what's the big difference is that straightaway. So if you guys have watched my other Buttonwillow runs, you'll notice that usually we go through what they call the bus stop. So that's the kind of a kink. And so instead we're running what we call the dog leg today. So it's the fast section. So we brought all big bikes. We didn't bring any 300s. So the R3 stayed at home. So we brought the Gixxer and the BMW, the MT-09 and the R NineT. But upon arrival here at Buttonwillow last night, the Gixxer had some faulty fork seals. They got blown out, so they were leaking. So unfortunately, they were leaking too much to the point where we're not going to be able to ride it today, which is super bummer, because Wagner really wanted some pictures on the Gixxer, and we've only got a few of her on that. Ooh. So super bummer, but she's like, she'll take the MT-09 and the BMW, the S1000, excuse me. I don't think she has any interest on getting on this bike. I would, it's a big bike to handle, so we'll see, maybe it's someday. So this is, so generally, you guys see us, we take a right there, but today we're going straight through. So you guys will have to stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because on the BMW later today, I'm going to be screaming through this back end. So definitely stay tuned. Stay tuned, guys. So here's an instructor at work, perfect, and this is great because George, the instructor in front, has just seen how he can help this guy. And so what George has done is George has pulled in front of him. George, if you watched, he was following this guy. So you're gonna watch, George is gonna start instructing this guy and helping this guy out a little bit. Get him a little bit more comfortable. You can already see this guy wanting to stick out his knee a little bit, you know. So George is going to help him most likely with this body position. We talk about that, or I talk about it in all my videos, about how important body position is. So George is going to be working with this guy. So very nice to see how the on-track communication works. George got in front of this guy, tapped his tail, said, "Hey, I'm gonna show you guys some stuff, or show you some stuff," and yeah, so thank you, George, man. And with that said, I think I just found, I don't want to call him a victim, but let's follow this guy. Body position is really straight up. He's not moving off the bike. So this is gonna be the perfect candidate. So let's grab this guy and we're gonna follow him for a few corners and see what he's doing. But you can see we can already work on his body position. So acceleration out of the corners is good. Brake is a little bit early, but that's okay. But body position, so you see how he's upright, he's not moving at all. We got to get him moving off this bike. So here is a primo example of how we need to get moving, right? So I'm gonna go ahead around him. I think he's on an R1, so he's definitely so we're gonna get him. All right, so we want to get off. So I'm already exaggerating getting off the bike, right? I'm already showing him, hey, get your knee out, get your elbow out, get your shoulder out. Now, like I said, I'm over exaggerate everything so he sees what I'm doing, right? Get him in my mirror. So we want to keep him in sight because we don't want to lose him. These little mirrors, they're little, man. So I'm gonna pull him in early, and we're gonna exit. I'm gonna talk to him real quick about the body position and what I want to work on. So we're going a little slow with this gal, but remember we're in the C group. so we got him on board to exit with me. So what we want to work on right now is we want to tell him about elbows and knees and shoulders and head. But the main thing we want him to do is start shifting his body weight just a little bit and start squirting his butt off the sides, each side. Okay, so that's the big thing what we want to work on to start. Okay, so let's see what we can get out of him. What's up, man? All right, so you mind working with me?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool. So we want to start trying to get your butt moving a little bit today. Okay, I'm kind of over exaggerating the knee and the elbow and stuff like that. Here, put your kickstand down real quick. You'll feel a lot more comfortable in the corners if you get the butt about halfway off the seat. Okay, you'll gradually already start to put your knee out. All right, so baby steps, not too much, right? And then as you start to get comfortable with that, kind of throw the elbow out a little bit, right? So as you're starting to get this and you're off the bike, now start moving the rest of your body, your upper body over. And you'll see acceleration out of corners, perfect. But you're braking so early into corners, right? Yeah. But that's inherent because you're not comfortable with the turns in the corners, okay? So watch me this lap, okay? And I'm going to over accentuate everything, but start to move your butt off a little bit, right? And then start to point your knee a little bit. And then start moving your elbows a little bit. And you'll feel so much better in the corners. Okay? So follow me this lap, and then I'll wave you through, and then I'll follow you, and then we'll follow up at the end of the session. Good? All right, cool.
I'm gonna copy you.
Huh?
I'm just gonna copy you.
What's that?
I'm just gonna follow. I'm gonna copy your whatever.
Yeah. And I'll over exaggerate everything, but dude, you'll feel like you're doing it, but you're just a little bit. So just be comfortable with it, okay? All right, cool. All right. Get into gear first. All right, so make sure we've got him in our mirrors. So good. Make sure we got a good speed and a good pace. This bar and mirrors. Bar end got messed up. All right, so we're good to go. We're good to go. All right. So the whole idea is to get moving off of our butt, right? So if we're sitting straight up and down on the tank, it gives us no leverage of our body weight for the turn. Okay, so what you're doing is you're setting all your body weight up and down, and it doesn't allow you to get leaned over, your weight to get leaned over, to keep yourself on the meat of the tires. So get him in behind me. Let these two gentlemen pass. And we want to get over, right? And we want to get over. So I'm super over exaggerating everything to try to get him more comfortable with it. And I can already see him starting to point everything around, right? So we should be good. He's got some acceleration, so just keep an eye on him in the mirror. So I'm already setting him up for this corner. And we're going at a relatively light speed, 65. So I wasn't trying to bait that guy, so sorry if you watch this vlog. I was trying to get him to pass me on the inside, just to get him by. But no passing on the inside in the C group. So very kudos to you, sir. Thank you, thank you. All right. So we're getting slowed down a little bit. And we're gonna get, now he's slowed down, like I've talked about in other videos. He's slowed down because I've taken him out of that comfort zone, right? So he's way back there already. So I've taken him out of that comfort zone. But that's fine, that's fine. So we want to get him up, and then what we'll do is down the next straight, right? So I'm sliding off, showing him my butt. So we got a checkered flag. So let's see. I know we only got a couple laps out here, but let's see where we've got. So a little bit, okay? But you see how much, he's uncomfortable because he's turning so much faster. And he'll notice that, so watch now. See, he's turning a lot more, well, right now he didn't move, right? So he's got some reservation, but you see he's poking off a little bit. So he's got a bigger turn, a faster turn. So we need him moving. So that's what he's going to work on today. We're going to get him moving on getting off that seat. He's a little bit, but he thinks that he is way off his seat. See, so he's moving his upper body, but he wants to keep his bottom planted, which we want to get the bottom of the bike weighted, right? So these will be baby steps. So this is kind of what to be expected in the C group. This is probably his first time on the track. He's got a big bike. Not sure if that's an R6 or an R1. I believe it's an R6. But it might even be an R1. So he's got big bike. So we want to just make sure, you know, he's obviously got to get into safety, but you see now he's starting to push over, but then he slows down because I've taken him out of that comfort zone. But the other thing that he's going to notice is how much faster the bike turns, right? So we want to get the bike turning faster so he can get into the apexes and be more onto the turns. So first time, he's probably never been to the track. He's probably a new rider generally, and has never really had somebody explain to him in a better depth on what to do. So I want to go over there. So let's see what he's got to say. R6. So it's a whole different, you feel the difference? So I could see that your turning points were much different, right? Because the bike is turning much faster now, right? Did you feel that? I could see, especially that last one where you were kind of over. When you were turning, the bike was, this thing will turn like crazy, right? So when you start shifting the butt, work on this today, okay? Work on getting off just a teeny bit more and a teeny bit more. And then you'll notice when you get out on the street, because are you primarily a street rider? You'll notice that on the street, you'll be better in the turns if you can move your butt. then work on the knee, then work on the shoulder. But the first thing is the butt. That's going to be super, super helpful. Okay. And then, so you slowed down that lap. Did you notice that?
Yeah, because I was kind of
out of the comfort zone, right? Yeah. So completely normal, right? You'll start to pick that up as you start to get comfortable with moving the butt. You'll start to pick the speed back up, and you'll start to get your understanding of the corners again, because you've been learning the corners one way. And now what we want to do is, by moving everything, we put more weight on the bottom of the bike, which pushes the bike into the turns better, right? We also want you to take the upper part of the body, of the weight of the bike, and move it over. So you notice that, you know, I take my weight and I'm using my weight as the momentum of the bike. So I don't have to lean the bike as much. You see, I don't lean very much on the bike at all. So that's the whole idea of better body position. Okay, so at lunch, come by the body position clinic and get on that trainer and get comfortable with getting off the bike. It'll be a huge difference. Yeah. Okay, but work on the butt today. Yeah. All right. Thanks, cool, man. Thank you again. So it's just a whole, it's a whole learning thing, you know, and teach a whole new thing. So new R6, brand new, probably just got it. So very cool, very cool. So B- group is up, so I think we're going to go out on the B- group and get a little run with you guys. So stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. That helps us out a lot. We appreciate it. If you're in that subscribe button, if you ring that bell notification, you'll see all of our cool content. Every other day we do content. So anyways, till next video, guys, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.